Sir.
Abhishek, what's wrong with you?
Everything. But I have something good.
Abhishek, I'm busy right now.
I have a very good news.
This is my downtime.
What time?
Downtime.
That's no time.
Okay.
Look at this home.
Okay.
This is my home. I'm buying this home, sir. This is my home.
Why are you buying this home? What about the investing? We did all these episodes. I talked about compounding, growth, safety net.
Sir, आपने budget नहीं देखा? The property tax has gone down from 20% to 12.5%. It's so simple. It's the best time to invest.
So you're going to invest in property?
Correct. Matlab, it's a long-term investment. I'll sell it maybe after 10-15 years.
Where will the money come from?
So I'll stop my SIPs, no? The goal
So
is
you'll
this.
stop your SIPs because this will give you a better return. I don't think you really understood this budget properly. There is one or two things you're completely missing. Let's begin. So question to you. What does this house cost?
50 lakhs. नहीं.
बिल्कुल गलत.
मुझे पता है.
नहीं. You actually don't know the cost of acquisition of this house.
Okay.
पहले तो stamp duty. Stamp duty कितना pay कर रहे हो? 4 to 7% of
correct.
this
Yes.
that goes to the state. Okay. Then there is registration fees. वो कितना pay कर रहे हो? 1% of the entire cost of the house. Also varies a little bit. Then there's infrastructure and development cost.
What cost?
Infrastructure and development cost.
I am buying this home. और कौन सा cost है इसमें?
So when the society, because it's group housing, will want to repaint everything, build a new clubhouse, add a new gate.
This is my house. I'll paint it.
But you're also part of the society, so you will have to contribute to that. समझो? मॉल में जाता कितना पार्किंग पे करता है?
20 rupees per hour.
अपने घर में भी पार्किंग पे करना पड़ेगा.
My home, sir. क्या बात कर रहे हो?
So you'll have to either buy the parking space or rent it from someone else. Because it's also real estate, right? When you go and see a house, you think 50 lakhs is the house, that's the cost. That's not. That's the cost of the house. The cost of acquisition is when you add all these other charges to find out what it's actually going to cost.
Cost of house, cost of acquisition.
It's different. जैसे CTC और in hand में होता है ना कि कम मिलता है, ये opposite है. हम सोचते 50 है 55.
Okay, cool. So let's understand how cost of acquisition works. Now, cost of acquisition is different from the cost of the house. The difference is basically this, that in a cost of acquisition, you'll add all the other charges it costs to, well, acquire the house. So first, let's start with the purchase price of the house. That's 50 lakh rupees. Usually people assume this is the cost, but it's actually not. We're taking a loan over here. The 50 lakhs is divided from a 10 lakh down payment and a 40 lakh rupee loan. And he'll repay this loan over the next 10 years with interest. Next, he has to pay stamp duty, and this will be about 5% of the purchase price. Of course, this can differ from state to state. In this case, it will be 2.5 lakh rupees. Registration fees of 50,000 rupees, brokerage and legal fees of another 50,000 rupees. Now, we also need to consider that the house may require some improvements in the future. Kuch toota-puta ho sakta hai, you might want to spend on the house. And this is actually called capital expenditure. So if you spend 5 lakhs here, it means you've improved the house. It's important to note that the expenditure on the furniture and home decor is not added to the cost of acquisition of the house. So let's add all these costs together, and the total cost of acquisition of the house is 58.5 lakh rupees. Please note that this is a simplified calculation of the COA. So let's jump back to the episode and see if he's got a grip on what COA is.
So now you understood cost of acquisition?
Yes.
Go to the description right now, pause this video, download this sheet, make a copy of this sheet and put in all the numbers and tell us what was the original price you thought your dream house is going to be and actual acquisition cost kya hoga. That will give us a better reality check. Let's talk about indexation. Indexation is basically saying if you bought a house for 50 lakhs and inflation went up by 100%, I'm oversimplifying over here. The cost of this house is not 50 lakhs right now. The cost is
25.
Is double, is 1 crore. Uski upar, if we sell the house and make some money, that is taxed. Did you actually understand?
I'm trying to understand, sir.
It's a little confusing, right?
Indexation.
Meet Abhishek, the owner of this great mansion of 50 lakh rupees. And obviously, this mansion is Abhishek's strategic investment to make heavy cash in the future. He had predicted the completion of this nearby metro rail project and prices went up. Construction of malls, prices went up. Schools and highways also, prices went up. And all this increased the demand for the houses. So finally, after 5 years of enjoying this beautiful bungalow, Abhishek now feels he has a good time to sell it. He was able to sell it for 1 crore rupees.
Yes! I mean, who else would have been better at investing in real estate than me? 100% gains in 5 years! Even Sir could not have done it.
Inflation, now it's time to bring him back to reality.
Hi Abhishek! Long time no see. I'm going to take my share of
Your
profit.
share, that's my share!
My innocent
That's my
student
share.
actually left with just a gain of 10 lakhs.
Abhishek, this is what we call inflation adjustment or indexation.
Indexation क्या होता है? Another fancy term.
I have eaten into your profits, which means your 50 lakhs today is not as much as it was worth 5 years ago.
This is the problem with inflation. महंगाई बढ़ती रहती है and the power of your money to buy stuff just reduces. So let's help Abhishek understand the changes in real estate taxes after the new budget. Let's suppose he bought a house in 2021-22 for 58.5 lakh rupees. Now basically this is the cost of acquisition and I've already told you how that works. And he decides to sell this house now in 2024-25. Now we have two scenarios. One without indexation, that's post-budget, and one with indexation, that's pre-budget 2024. So first, let's look at the one without indexation. The cost of buying the house stays at 58.5 lakhs. No indexation means we don't adjust for inflation. So that makes us a profit of the selling price minus the cost price, giving us 21.5 lakh rupees. This is 2.68 lakh. Very simply put, we bought a house for this much, sold it for this much, and we paid 12.5% on the profit, which is 2.68 lakhs. Now, there is another scenario which used to exist before the budget, where you would adjust the cost by inflation. Let's try to do that. So the cost of 58.5 lakhs changes and we add some inflation to it. And this inflation comes from the cost inflation index. That's right here. Now, if we add it to the cost, we assume the cost of the house is now 70.54 lakhs because we've adjusted it to inflation. So now the profit is 9.45 lakh, which is lower than the first scenario we showed you. But the tax rate here is not 12.5%, it's 20%. It's 1.89 lakhs. So in this case, you can see in scenario 1, that's the new budget, we actually paid more tax than was there before. Now this less tax or more tax is dependent on the value of the CII. So this scenario could drastically change over the next 4 years. So we don't really know which is better, the new budget proposal or the old. But you should know how they work at least.
Hey, wait. Apparently, a lot of people were not happy with the indexation rule being removed. Obviously, who wants to pay more taxes? So now you actually have a choice when you sell your property. You could either go with 20% tax with indexation or 12.5% tax without indexation on your ghar, bangla, zameen or any property that you have purchased before 23rd July 2024. But if you purchase any property on or after 23rd July 2024, the tax rule is 12.5% without indexation benefit. Now, let's get back to the episode.
So what did we learn? Don't just look at the news, actually calculate it, see ki, is it good or bad? Don't just read it and decide what to do.
I'll have to...
So now the question is, do you want to buy this house or not? And this question is for you too. Do you really want to buy this house or not? We talked about two things. Cost of acquisition, which you never knew about probably. And second is this new indexation thing. Now, if you're buying because the tax has reduced, that's not a good reason to buy. But if you want to buy a house because you want to live in it, it's been your life dream, it's an emotional attachment, your family can be together, of course you should buy. Just make sure you don't overextend yourself financially. ज़्यादा emotion में मत बह जाना, वरना promotion नहीं होगा life का.